According to the National Institute on Aging, more than 60% of adults over 65 experience leg cramps regularly, and nearly 1 in 3 say these painful spasms wake them up at least once a week. Just let that sink in for a moment. Imagine trying to rest, only to be yanked out of sleep by a sharp, burning pain twisting through your calf like a wrench tightening around a bolt. It's not just uncomfortable, it's a message, loud and clear, that your body is missing something essential. For many seniors, these cramps aren't random, they're a warning sign, and if they keep happening, they can slowly chip away at your energy, your movement, and your quality of life. But here's the good news. These cramps are not something you have to just live with. A 2021 study published in BMJ Open found that seniors who consume more potassium and magnesium from natural whole foods experience up to 40% fewer leg cramps. And yet, reports from the World Health Organization show that most older adults fall short of their daily mineral needs by as much as 30 to 50%. What if I told you that the solution isn't some complicated treatment or expensive supplement, but rather, for everyday foods that are scientifically proven to help relax muscles, restore mineral balance, and even improve sleep quality? Today on Wellness Simplified, we're going deep into the real causes of leg cramps in seniors, and more importantly, we'll look at 4 powerful foods that could be your body's best defense. And trust me, you'll want to stick around, because in part 4, I'm going to share a personal story about a retired gardener who turned his sleepless nights into pain-free mornings with just one simple dietary change. But before we dive deeper into the topic, I'd love to know, do you or someone close to you struggle with leg cramps at night? If the answer is yes, don't worry, just leave us a comment below and share your experience with us. This is Wellness Simplified, where science meets simplicity, and healthy aging becomes something you can actually do. If you find value in these insights, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss the strategies your body will thank you for. Now, let's uncover what your muscles have really been trying to tell you, and how food can finally help them speak in peace. Bananas, more than just potassium. You've probably heard that bananas are good for leg cramps, and you're not wrong, but most people stop at potassium and miss the bigger picture. Yes, a medium banana delivers about 400 milligrams of potassium, which is essential for nerve conduction and muscle contraction. But what makes bananas truly special isn't just their potassium, it's the powerful combination of nutrients they bring together in one simple, natural package. Bananas also contain magnesium, the mineral responsible for helping your muscles relax after they contract. Think of potassium as the go signal and magnesium as the stop. Without both, your muscles don't know what to do. Bananas provide both, naturally, gently, and without the side effects you sometimes get from supplements. But there's more. Bananas are rich in vitamin B6, which plays a critical role in red blood cell production and neurological function, and they contain a special group of antioxidants, including dopamine, that help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the silent contributors to muscle pain and dysfunction, especially in older adults. When you eat a banana, you're not just feeding your muscles, you're calming them. Let me tell you about one of my patients, a retired tennis coach in his 70s. He came to me complaining of nightly leg cramps that interrupted his sleep and left him sore every morning. We didn't overhaul his entire diet or put him on supplements. All we did was add 1 banana in the evening, paired with a glass of water and a pinch of sea salt. Within 2 weeks, his cramps had reduced by almost 80%. What changed? That banana helped him replenish his potassium, improved his hydration, and provided a touch of magnesium, just enough to bring his muscle function back into balance. So if you're looking for a place to start simple. A banana a day, especially in the evening, might be your best first step toward cramp-free nights and better recovery. Now, if bananas are nature's electrolyte bar, then spinach is the silent powerhouse hiding in plain sight, often overlooked, but packed with everything your muscles have been begging for. Spinach is one of the most concentrated natural sources of magnesium, a mineral that plays a key role in muscle relaxation, nerve signaling, and the prevention of spasms. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can misfire, they can contract and lock up without warning, and that's exactly what a cramp is. But here's the remarkable thing. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach provides nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs, And it doesn't stop there. Spinach also delivers potassium and calcium, which help maintain fluid balance and muscle rhythm, folate, which supports red blood cell production, and vitamin K, which strengthens bones and improves blood flow. In short, spinach isn't just a leafy green, it's like a mineral multivitamin delivered by Mother Nature herself. Scientific evidence backs this up. A study published in BMJ Open followed seniors who regularly included leafy greens like spinach in their diet. Over the course of several weeks, those participants reported significantly fewer muscle cramps and greater mobility overall, compared to the control group. The conclusion? Real food works, and spinach works especially well. I remember a client in her early 80s who struggled with both cramping and fatigue in her legs. She didn't want to take magnesium supplements because they upset her stomach, which is a common issue in older adults. So we simply added spinach to her lunch 3 days a week, sautéed lightly in olive oil with a dash of lemon. Not only did it taste good, but after about 10 days, she noticed fewer cramps and more energy during her afternoon walks. The reason? Spinach gave her body the minerals it had been quietly starving for, in a form it could actually absorb and use. The takeaway is simple: don't underestimate the power of greens. They're not just for salad bars. They're for your muscles, your blood vessels, your bones, and your longevity. Spinach may be humble, but inside each leaf is a natural blueprint for strength. Spinach, the mineral giant. Now, if bananas are nature's electrolyte bar, then spinach is the silent powerhouse hiding in plain sight, often overlooked, but packed with everything your muscles have been begging for. Spinach is one of the most concentrated natural sources of magnesium, a mineral that plays a key role in muscle relaxation, nerve signaling, and the prevention of spasms. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can misfire, they can contract and lock up without warning, and that's exactly what a cramp is. But here's the remarkable thing: just 1 cup of cooked spinach provides nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs, and it doesn't stop there. Spinach also delivers potassium and calcium, which help maintain fluid balance and muscle rhythm, folate, which supports red blood cell production, and vitamin K, which strengthens bones and improves blood flow. In short, spinach isn't just a leafy green, it's like a mineral multivitamin delivered by Mother Nature herself. Scientific evidence backs this up. A study published in BMJ Open followed seniors who regularly included leafy greens like spinach in their diet. Over the course of several weeks, those participants reported significantly fewer muscle cramps and greater mobility overall, compared to the control group. The conclusion? Real food works, and spinach works especially well. I remember a client in her early 80s who struggled with both cramping and fatigue in her legs. She didn't want to take magnesium supplements because they upset her stomach, which is a common issue in older adults. So we simply added spinach to her lunch 3 days a week, sautéed lightly in olive oil with a dash of lemon. Not only did it taste good, but after about 10 days, she noticed fewer cramps and more energy during her afternoon walks. The reason? Spinach gave her body the minerals it had been quietly starving for, in a form it could actually absorb and use. The takeaway is simple: don't underestimate the power of greens. They're not just for salad bars. They're for your muscles, your blood vessels, your bones, and your longevity. Spinach may be humble, but inside each leaf is a natural blueprint for strength. Almonds, the protein guardian. If spinach is your quiet mineral ally, then almonds are the resilient bodyguards your muscles didn't know they needed. Tiny in size but rich in substance, almonds bring something unique to the table: not just magnesium, but protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants, all working together to fortify your muscles from the inside out. As we age, one of the most underrated yet significant changes in the body is the gradual loss of lean muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia. And when muscle mass declines, so does strength, flexibility, and the ability to recover after cramping. That's where almonds come in. A small handful of almonds, about 23 nuts, gives you nearly 20% of your daily magnesium, 6 grams of plant-based protein, and a powerful dose of vitamin E, one of the body's most effective fat-soluble antioxidants. Vitamin E protects muscle cells from oxidative damage, while the monounsaturated fats in almonds reduce inflammation that can worsen nerve sensitivity and muscle tension. It's like giving your body a protective shield, one that guards your tissues against breakdown and overreaction. A clinical report from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed nuts regularly, at least 4 times per week, showed better muscle preservation, reduced markers of inflammation, and fewer functional limitations than those who didn't. This wasn't just theory, it translated into real-world strength, mobility, and independence. One woman I worked with, a retired teacher in her late 70s, used to experience leg cramps almost every afternoon, especially after sitting for long periods. We didn't change much. We simply introduced a mid-morning habit, a small bowl of almonds paired with a slice of fruit. It stabilized her blood sugar, gave her lasting energy, and over time, reduced the severity and frequency of her cramps. Because her muscles were finally getting the nourishment they needed, not just electrolytes, but the building blocks of structure and repair. Almonds aren't just snacks. They're slow-burning fuel, cellular protectors, and anti-cramp warriors in disguise. If you're looking for a portable, no-prep, zero-gimmick solution, this may be your simplest and smartest habit yet. Among all the foods in your kitchen, yogurt might be the most quietly powerful, often underestimated, often ignored, yet it holds a unique combination of nutrients that directly support muscle health, especially as we age. At first glance, you might think of yogurt simply as a breakfast item or a light snack, but dig a little deeper, and it becomes clear that this humble food is actually a nutritional multitasker, offering calcium, magnesium, high-quality protein, and live probiotics, all in one smooth, spoonful package. Let's start with calcium, a mineral most people associate with bones, and rightfully so, but it's also essential for muscle contraction. Without enough calcium, the electrical signals that initiate muscle movement can misfire, leading to spasms or weakness. Magnesium, also found in yogurt, acts as calcium's natural counterpart, helping muscles relax after they contract. The key is balance, and yogurt delivers both, in proportions the body can absorb efficiently. But it doesn't stop there. Yogurt is also a rich source of complete protein, meaning it provides all 9 essential amino acids the body can't make on its own. These amino acids are the very fabric of muscle repair and maintenance, especially important in older adults who naturally experience declining muscle synthesis. And then there are the probiotics, beneficial bacteria that support gut health, which in turn affects nutrient absorption, inflammation levels, and even neuromuscular communication. In other words, a healthy gut leads to better mineral uptake and better muscle performance. The International Osteoporosis Foundation has long supported the inclusion of calcium-rich fermented dairy in older adults' diets, not only for bone strength but for improving muscle coordination and reducing fall risk. And real-world stories back this up. A gentleman in his early 80s once told me that yogurt had always been in his fridge, but after adding it deliberately to his nightly routine, paired with a few berries, his nighttime cramps gradually eased. It wasn't a miracle, it was consistency. A few spoonfuls each night, giving his body the quiet support it had been missing. So if you've been overlooking yogurt, maybe it's time to bring it back, not as a trendy snack, but as a strategic ally in your muscle health plan. Gentle on the stomach, easy to digest, and powerful in its simplicity, yogurt just might be the most underrated tool in your fight against cramps. A cramp-free life starts in the kitchen. So, what have your muscles been trying to tell you all along? That cramps are not just random acts of discomfort, they are messages, gentle but persistent signals that your body is running low on something vital. And while aging naturally brings changes to our muscles, bones, and nervous system, it doesn't mean we are powerless. In fact, the opposite is true, because what you put on your plate each day has more influence than most people realize. We've looked at 4 humble yet powerful foods: bananas to restore potassium and soothe inflammation, spinach to flood your system with magnesium and blood-building folate, almonds to rebuild and protect with protein, vitamin E, and healthy fats, and yogurt to balance calcium and magnesium while nurturing the gut that makes absorption possible. These aren't exotic remedies or hard-to-find superfoods. They're simple, accessible, and backed by real science. Start small. Maybe tomorrow morning, you reach for a banana instead of processed cereal. Maybe at lunch, you add a handful of spinach to your omelet. In the afternoon, instead of grabbing a sugary snack, you go for a few almonds. And before bed, you enjoy a cup of yogurt with some berries. These small steps, repeated over time, create momentum. They tell your body, I'm listening now. And if you're wondering, do I have to do all of this perfectly? Absolutely not. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. Even one of these changes can move the needle. Pair it with hydration and light movement, even a 15-minute daily walk, and you may be amazed at how quickly things begin to shift. Here's what I want to leave you with. Your body is not broken, it's brilliant. It just needs the right tools to work the way it was meant to. Aging doesn't have to mean stiffness, spasms, or sleepless nights. It can mean strength, confidence, and the quiet peace of knowing you're taking care of yourself, one choice at a time. So let me ask you, which of these 4 foods will you try first? Leave us a comment below. I'd love to hear what changes you're making and how it's helping you feel better. If this video gave you something useful, give it a like and subscribe to Wellness Simplified, because every week we bring you practical, science-backed tools to support the healthiest version of you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, eat well, move gently, and listen to what your body is telling you.